up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, guys, we are going to be talking about the Autel scanner tool that I've purchased, the MK808BT Pro. So without any further ado, guys, let's check it out and see what we got. All right, guys, as I said, this is the Autel scanner, probably about, I don't know, middle of the road, I guess, as far as automotive diagnostic systems go. Probably as far as professionally, like shop environment, this is probably on the low end. But, you know, for me as kind of just an avid, you know, a DIYer, kind of a car enthusiast guy, I figured I would start with this one. I'd love to have the one that that does the programming and all that stuff to be able to recode ECUs and modules and stuff like that. But maybe at a later time, guys. But for now, this one, I'm actually pretty impressed by this little tool here. So as I said, I've already taken it out and used it quite a bit on the on that thing behind me. So, but anyways, guys, just wanted to kind of show you what you get in the box here. Let me see if I can do this right. And not really a whole lot. You basically get a charger, a couple of books, and then you do get a USB to connect to the thing. And of course, you get the scan tool itself. So, which, like I said, guys, I've already had this out and on, and this is it right here, my dudes. I like it. I didn't think I was gonna like it that much at first, just because I thought it might be kind of limited on what it can do. But this is actually kind of for a DIY repairs. You know, this will definitely. I'm definitely pretty impressed with it. So, yeah, and then it comes with the. This is where your Bluetooth, where you'd plug this into your OBD2 port. It's just this little guy here. Doesn't have the light on it or anything. But yeah. So basically, guys, you know, kind of what I'm looking for is I wanted a scan tool that will do all the systems in the vehicle, ABS, you know, airbags, you know, all the modules in your vehicle. This one will talk to and communicate with. So, you know, your body modules, your, you know, like I said, ABS, your, you know, it'll do all of those, which is awesome. And this one has a lot of active tests, which I've used, and I'll show you guys here in just a minute. I'm having an issue with the 4-wheel drive on this truck. We'll get into that here in a minute, and I'm gonna reach out to you guys to help me try to figure out what's going on with this thing. We'll talk about that here in a few minutes, but for now, like I said at first here, I want to start off with this guy. So, but yeah, let's go plug it into the truck over there, guys, and then let's check it out and see kind of what we get and what all this thing will do. So, okay, guys, we're in the truck now. We're going to, we're going to remove the thing here, and we are going to go down. My truck's a mess right now. This is the 4-wheel drive and transfer case control module that I have pulled out right now. So, but this is our OBD2 port right here. We're going to plug this dude in. It should light up like so. Okay. And then let me turn you guys around so you guys can see the screen. So we'll fire this bad boy up and we'll check it out. Okay, guys, we're plugged in. We are going to put our key to the on position. I'm going to turn my headlights off just to save some battery here. We're not going to get too crazy on this dude, but let's just see. Close the door, so we can turn these lights off so we don't have no glare. There we go. Probably shut my moonroof screen too. Well, I can't. So once you plug it in, it should automatically detect it. You'll hear that beep like that. Of course, I'm already... So this is what we get, guys. Oh, there it goes. Okay, now it's connected. So basically, you know, this is your update stuff here. I think these are your hot service features that you can use. You know, this stuff is cool and all, but you know, I haven't really needed to use too much of that yet. The oil reset will probably be handy. You know, electronic parking brake. I think just different stuff, you know, that you can do here. So it does have quite a few though. So pretty powerful little tool, guys. Pretty powerful little tool. But basically, for diagnostic purposes, I believe that it's, you know, pretty much just as good as, you know, the high-end ones. Just for, like I said, it's just strictly for diagnostic, because, you know, any scan tool is only going to put you in the right direction. And then it's kind of on you to test things and go from there. So, here we're going to auto detect the VIN, guys. It would not detect the VIN automatically on this vehicle, so I had to manually enter it. So I've already been into this thing a few times. So, but we're just going to hit OK. That's the VIN number, and then it's going to ask me a couple of questions. We're going to select, we're going to select our vehicle. This is a Tahoe, and this does have the automatic HVAC, and this vehicle is the 1500. It's not the heavy duty or anything like that. It's under 8600 gross vehicle weight. This is just a summary of the options. Make sure everything looks good. Click yes. It's going to talk to the vehicle. There we go. Of course, you have hot functions here. You know, this is going to be, you know, some of the hot functions for this particular vehicle. They are model specific. Some cars are going to have more than others. But here's the meat and potatoes, guys, the diagnostics. I'm not going to do an auto scan. The auto scan is going to scan every module. Well, I guess I will. Let's just go ahead and do an auto scan. Now, this thing's going to have some codes in it. Some of them I know about, and some of them are just kind of not non-related codes. So we have some faults in this bad boy. Give this guy a minute here. We'll probably speed this up. Okay, guys, so we're fine. We're done. It takes about a minute or so. But here you can see all of the modules that it scans, and it gives you the faults. We have no shortage of faults in this guy here. So we're just going to go ahead and escape out of here. Yes. The main things that I'm concerned about with this particular truck is the transfer case. Well, so I fixed the electronic brake control module already. So I had some issues with that, as you guys could probably saw my short already, that we were able to isolate that down. It's kind of cool. So we're gonna go into this is our current issue that I'm having with the truck right now, guys. Trouble codes, read codes. I do have the encoder motor unplugged right now, so it's yeah. Actually, I have the whole transfer case module unplugged right now. So let me plug this guy back in. Okay, so got that guy plugged back in. And now we'll go and we'll read the codes. This is the code right here. Like I said, I have the motor unplugged right now, so I know these codes are going to be here. But even whenever I have a brand new motor, I've tried 2 motors, and this code will just not go away for my 4-wheel drive. I have tried everything, dudes, and this is where I'm going to get into, hopefully maybe a little help from you guys, and help me maybe figure this out, because I have tried, obviously not everything, but I've tried a lot of things that I can think of. So from my understanding of it, this is your red wire is your power, that's your ground. These 2 motors here are your encoder motor A and B terminals. So this thing sends a power out through one and it expects to see a voltage back through the other. And if it doesn't, I believe you produce this code. I have traced these wires all the way out. I've ohmed them out first. I wire nutted them together and I ohmed them out. They ohmed out fine. I think I had 0.3 ohms of resistance. I traced them out to come out of the firewall. They come underneath this fuse block here. There's a big plug. It's this plug right here that you can't hardly see. I need to get a light. But I checked all that. I have even tried taking the new motor and with some jumper wires just to see if I could get that code to disappear, and tried jumping the 2 A and B's directly to the transfer case module, and it still gives me the CO30605 code. So I've tried another module. I ordered a module off of Amazon, plugged it in, new motor plugged in, no results here, guys. Fuse is good. My only problem is I don't have a wiring schematic for this truck, so I don't know exactly. I was able to find a pin schematic for this, and I can check, and I've tested. I have 5 volts reference. I have, it'll send the 12 volts down to terminals A and B. But whenever but it's not getting it back. I'm almost thinking that it acts like it's a bad ground. It's not able to get ground back. But I don't know, guys. I mean, this is where I'm kind of really at a loss with this thing, man. I've pulled wires apart, man, in this truck to try to figure this out. But anyways, that's my dilemma. So if anybody out there knows anything about that, man, I would sure would appreciate some input on. So anyways, guys, back to the scanner. But yeah, so one of the cool features about this, which helped me diagnose some things. So if I go down to, let's see, whoops, I'm sorry, you guys couldn't see that. We're going to go down to our active tests under our transfer. Now we want to go to, so I've tested this, the engaged front axle, and we can, front axle requested, we can click on this, and then we can click on, and we should hear it engage, which I've already done this before to test that circuit. As you guys can hear, that kicked on. So we'll do it one more time. We'll put you guys under the truck. We'll put you guys out here so you can hear. So that is all working. So I know my front thing is good. So again, man, pretty cool tool. It's like for diagnostics. You could spend $2,000 or $5,000 on the best tool out there, and it's still not going to fix it for you guys. It's still not going to fix it for you. So And whenever you back out and you escape, it's just gonna beep at you and remind you that don't forget your thing is plugged into the car. So, but yeah, guys, that's pretty much it on this, man. So yeah, dudes, that's pretty much it on the Autel Scan tool. You know, each one of these functions is going to be model specific. I would say unless you are programming, but I think if I'm going to do programming, I'm going to get the CARDAC +3 and do all makes and models. It comes with the J2534 programming pin. I think that's the route I'm going to go, hook it up to a computer, because with a lot of these modules, you have to be connected to an OEM site anyways to get the software to be able to reprogram these modules. So it doesn't make sense for me to buy the $2,000, $3,000 scan tool when I could, you know, just get the CARDAC +3 and, you know, do everything from my computer or laptop right over there on the bench, you know. So but anyways, guys, yeah, that's me. So we'll probably, you know, if I need to get into any programming or anything, which maybe down the road for some of the other cars, I will. But anyways, guys, that's it for this video, man. Shout out to anybody out there, man, that can help me with the 4-wheel drive problem I'm having here on this thing. But yeah, guys, that's the Autel scanner. That's what you get, man. It's a very, very good, useful tool. I highly recommend having one. I'm not sponsored by Autel. They didn't, you know, obviously this is my money here. Actually, my girlfriend's money. She bought this for me. I worked on her son's car, and we got him fixed. So she hooked it up, dudes. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, man. Hopefully we'll get some headway on this 4-wheel drive, and then we'll post a short or a video, man, and we'll kind of go over all that with you guys. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.